The money in your wallet is worthless paper. Think about that. It's cotton and ink. No intrinsic value. You can't eat it. Can't build with it. Can't make tools from it. It's just paper. But you accept it. You work for it. You trade real goods for it. Why? Because everyone agrees it has value. That's it. That's the only reason. This seems obvious now. But for 99% of human history, it was insane. Money meant gold, silver, copper, real metal with real weight. The idea of using paper, madness. But 1,000 years ago, China did something revolutionary. They invented paper money. Not backed by metal, just paper with government stamps. And it worked. For a while. Then it caused the greatest inflation crisis in history. Destroyed dynasties. Collapsed economies. Killed millions. But here's the twist. Every lesson China learned 1,000 years ago, we're ignoring today. Every mistake they made, we're repeating. Every warning they left us, we're dismissing. Stay with me. Because the story of Chinese paper money isn't ancient history. It's a preview of our future. And what happened to them is already starting to happen to us. 807 AD Temps Dynasty China. A merchant has a problem. He needs to transport 100,000 copper coins from Sichuan to the capital. That's roughly 500 kilograms of metal. He needs carts, guards, weeks of dangerous travel. And here's the worst part. Bandits know merchants carry coins. The more coins you transport, the more likely you'll be robbed and killed. So merchants start looking for alternatives. And they discover something clever. Deposit certificates. Here's how it works. The merchant deposits his 100,000 coins with a trusted agent in Sichuan. The agent gives him a paper certificate stating the deposit. The merchant travels to the capital carrying just paper. When he arrives, he presents the certificate to the agent's partner office and withdraws the coins. No heavy metal to carry. No robbery risk. Just paper. This is genius. And it catches on fast. By 900 AD, wealthy merchants are conducting huge transactions entirely on paper. They're not even withdrawing the coins. They're just trading certificates. This is the birth of paper currency. Not government issued yet. Just private receipts among merchants. But here's where it gets interesting. People start accepting these certificates as payment, even from people they don't know. Why? Because the certificates are backed by specific, trusted merchant houses. Everyone knows these houses have the coins. The paper represents real metal. By 960 AD, when the Song dynasty takes power, paper certificates are circulating widely in Chinese commerce. But they're still private money. The government hasn't gotten involved. Then the government sees an opportunity. The Song dynasty faces a constant problem. Copper shortage. China needs copper for coins, but they don't have enough mines. They're importing copper, which is expensive, and the demand for coins keeps growing as the economy expands. So in 1024, the Song government does something unprecedented. They issue the first official government paper money, the Zhouazi. But here's the crucial detail. The Zhouazi is backed by copper reserves. You can, in theory, exchange it for actual metal coins. The paper represents real value stored in government warehouses. This is revolutionary but conservative. The government is essentially doing what merchants already did, just at larger scale. And it works beautifully. For a while, the Zhouazi makes trade explode. Merchants can conduct massive transactions instantly. The economy booms. Tax collection becomes easier. Everyone wins. But then the government realizes something dangerous. What if we print more paper than we have copper? Nobody checks the warehouses. People just accept the paper. As long as everyone trusts the system, the actual copper backing doesn't matter. This is the moment. The moment when money transforms from commodity to faith. And the Song dynasty is about to make a decision that will echo through centuries. 1070 AD, the Song dynasty is at war with northern nomads. Wars are expensive. The government needs money desperately. They could raise taxes, but that causes rebellions. They could mint more copper coins, but they don't have enough copper. Or, they could just print more Zhouazi. So they do. They print millions of notes. Way more than they have copper to back them. At first, nothing happens. The economy is so big, the extra money just gets absorbed. Prices rise slightly, but not dramatically. But then the government prints more, and more, and more. By 1100, the amount of paper money in circulation has increased 2,000%. 2,000%. And the inevitable happens. Hyperinflation, prices explode. What costs 1 Zhouazi in 1070, costs 100 Zhouazi in 1100. People's savings become worthless. Workers can't afford food even with full salary. The government tries to respond. They declare that old jawazi are invalid and issue new ones. But they print too many of the new ones too. The cycle repeats. By 1120, people lose faith entirely. They refuse to accept jawazi. Merchants demand copper coins only. The paper money system collapses. But here's what's crucial. The government learns the wrong lesson. They don't think, we shouldn't print unbacked currency. They think, we didn't manage it well enough. So they try again. New dynasty, same strategy. The Jin dynasty issues new paper money. They promise to be more careful this time. They set strict limits on printing. It works for 20 years. Then wars happen again. Printing increases. Inflation returns. Collapse. The Mongol Yuan dynasty conquers China. Kublai Khan issues new paper money called Chao. He's determined to do it right. And initially, Kublai Khan is smart. He makes the Chao convertible to silver. He limits printing. He punishes counterfeiters with death. He requires tax payments in Chao, creating artificial demand. The system works brilliantly. Marco Polo visits China and is amazed. He writes, "The emperor makes all his subjects receive paper money, as if it were pure gold or silver. All payments are made with these pieces of paper. Europeans can't believe it. Paper as money. Impossible." But Polo insists it's real and it works. But here's the problem. Even Kublai Khan can't resist. 1280s Mongol wars in Southeast Asia are costly. The government prints more Chao. Inflation begins. 1290s, more wars, more printing. Prices doubling every few years. By 1350, the Chao is worthless. People refuse it. The economy collapses. The Yuan dynasty falls, partly due to monetary crisis. But the pattern is clear now. Every Chinese dynasty discovers paper money. Every dynasty promises to manage it responsibly. Every dynasty eventually prints too much. Every dynasty causes hyperinflation. Every dynasty collapses, partly from monetary crisis. It's the same cycle, repeated over 300 years. And here's the terrifying question. Why couldn't they stop? Here's why governments can't resist printing money. Because it's free power. Think about traditional taxation. You want 1 million taels of silver to fund a war. You need to collect it from citizens. They see tax collectors coming. They resist. Sometimes they rebel. Taxation is visible, painful, and politically costly. But printing money, you just print it. Nobody sees the tax. Nobody protests the collection. You've created purchasing power from nothing. It's invisible taxation. And it's irresistible to governments. The Chinese dynasties discovered that printing money is the easiest way to fund wars, infrastructure, and government operations, especially during crisis. But here's the trap. Once you start, you can't stop. Because inflation creates fiscal pressure that requires more printing, which creates more inflation, which requires more printing. It's a death spiral. The Song dynasty shows this perfectly. When inflation starts, government expenses increase. Salaries need to be higher because prices are higher. So they print more money to pay higher salaries, which increases inflation, which requires even higher salaries. They're trapped in an inflationary loop they can't escape. And there's a deeper problem. Inflation destroys the tax base. When prices are rising rapidly, people hoard real goods. They stop keeping money. They spend it immediately or convert it to assets. So the government's paper money becomes harder to collect in taxes. The money that returns to government is worth less. Government revenue effectively drops even as they print more. This creates a paradox. The more money they print, the less real resources they can command. The Yuan dynasty faces exactly this. By 1340, they're printing massive amounts of Chao, but they can't actually buy anything with it. Soldiers refuse payment in Chao. They demand silver or grain. Merchants won't accept Chao for taxes. The government has infinite paper money and zero purchasing power, so they resort to force. They pass laws mandating acceptance of paper money. Refuse to accept it. Execution. Counterfeit it. Execution. Even criticizing paper money. Execution. The laws get progressively harsher. Not because the government is cruel, but because they're desperate. They know the system is collapsing, and they're trying to force it to work through violence. But you can't force trust. You can't execute your way to monetary stability. By 1350, even the death penalty can't make people accept Chao. The system is dead. And here's the most disturbing part. Educated Chinese officials understood what was happening. They wrote memorials to the emperor, explaining the inflation problem. They showed the math. They predicted the collapse. But every time, the emperor's response was the same. We need money for war, disaster, infrastructure. We have no choice. The officials would respond. If you keep printing, you'll destroy the currency. The emperor will deal with that later. The crisis is now. This same conversation happened across 3 dynasties. Same arguments, same outcome. Because in the moment, the short-term benefit of printing always seems to outweigh the long-term cost. Until the long-term arrives. And then it's too late. The Ming dynasty stops issuing paper money entirely. After 150 years of monetary disasters, they give up. They return to silver coins. Real metal, real value, no printing press. And something remarkable happens. The economy stabilizes. Inflation stops. Trade flourishes. The Ming dynasty becomes incredibly prosperous. For 200 years, China operates on silver, no paper money, no inflation crises. It works. But here's the irony. While China abandons paper money, Europe is fascinated by it. Marco Polo's writings about Chinese paper money circulate in Europe. Economists study the concept. It seems magical. Money from paper, and slowly, Europe starts experimenting. Sweden issues the first European paper money. Within 60 years, hyperinflation. System collapses. France tries John Law's paper money experiment. Within 4 years, catastrophic hyperinflation. System collapses. American Continental Congress prints paper money to fund revolution. By 1781, worthless. System collapses. French Revolution prints assignats. By 1796, worthless. System collapses. Europe is repeating China's mistakes. Same pattern, same results. But here's what's different. Europe learns to add safeguards. The Bank of England, founded 1694, issues notes backed by gold reserves. Strict limits on printing. Independent oversight. Legal comfortability. It's paper money, but constrained. The lesson from China: paper money works if you can't print unlimited amounts. By 1900, most developed countries operate on gold standards. Paper money exists, but it's backed by metal reserves. Printing is limited by gold supply. This works for a century. The gold standard era is remarkably stable. No hyperinflation. No monetary collapse. But then comes World War I, and governments face the same temptation Chinese dynasties did. We need money for war, and we need it now. Countries start suspending gold convertibility, printing money to fund war. Just temporarily, they say, until the war ends. Sound familiar? After the war, some countries return to gold standard, others don't. Germany prints massively. Weimar hyperinflation destroys their economy. Then World War II, more suspension of gold standards, more printing. The final break. President Nixon completely ends dollar convertibility to gold. All major currencies follow. From that moment, the entire global financial system operates on the Chinese model. Fiat currency. Paper or digital money, backed by nothing but government decree and public faith. No gold backing. No commodity reserve. Just trust. We've returned to exactly what the Song dynasty created in 1070 AD, the system that destroyed them. But we think we're smarter. We have central banks, economic models, PhD economists, sophisticated monitoring. We won't make their mistakes. Right. Pull up a chart of US money supply. Look at the spike in 2020 to 2021. The Federal Reserve printed more money in 2 years than existed in the previous 200 years of American history combined. 40% of all dollars ever created were created since 2020. Now look at prices. Housing, food, education. Everything is exploding in cost. This is the Song dynasty in 1070. This is the Yuan dynasty in 1340. Same pattern, same trajectory. But we tell ourselves, this is different. We're not ancient China. We have sophisticated monetary policy. We're printing carefully. It's under control. That's exactly what every Chinese dynasty said. Every single one promised careful management. Every single one believed they wouldn't make previous mistakes. Every single one ended in inflation crisis. But here's what's even more disturbing. We're not just repeating China's mistakes, we're accelerating them. China took 300 years to go through multiple cycles of paper money, invention, inflation, collapse, reinvention. We're doing it in 50 years. 1971, abandoned gold. 2008, massive printing for financial crisis. 2020, massive printing for pandemic. Each crisis comes faster. Each requires more printing. And we're showing the same psychological pattern as Chinese emperors. When economists warn about inflation, the response is, we have no choice. The crisis is now. We'll deal with inflation later. When critics question unlimited money creation, they're dismissed. You don't understand modern monetary theory. This time is different, but it's never different. The fundamentals haven't changed in 1,000 years. When you create money faster than you create real goods, prices rise. When people lose faith in currency, it becomes worthless. When governments face fiscal pressure, they print more, which creates more pressure. The cycle is inevitable. China proved this across multiple dynasties. Europe proved it multiple times. Latin America proved it repeatedly in the 20th century. Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Argentina. Same story. Different countries. Every fiat currency in history has eventually failed. Every single one. Either through hyperinflation or through replacement. The average lifespan of a fiat currency is 27 years. The dollar has been pure fiat since 1971. That's 53 years. We're living on borrowed time. But here's the really scary part. We might be trapped in the same loop Chinese dynasties were. They couldn't stop printing because wars required money. Stopping printing meant losing wars, which meant losing power, which meant losing everything. We can't stop printing because the entire economic system is built on it. Stopping means recession, unemployment, defaults, collapse. So we keep printing, and every time we print, we make the eventual collapse worse. But stopping now means immediate collapse. So we can't stop. This is the trap China fell into 1,000 years ago. And we're in it now. The Chinese dynasties taught us that paper money is incredibly powerful, but inherently unstable. That it enables great prosperity temporarily, but tends toward inflation and collapse. They showed us the warning signs. The excuses governments make. The policies that fail. The death spiral of print and inflate. We're seeing all of it right now. So here's what ancient China really teaches us. Paper money is a deal with the devil. It gives governments incredible power. The ability to fund wars, respond to crises, stimulate economies, all without the political cost of taxation. But that power is borrowed from the future. Every dollar printed today is inflation tomorrow. Every crisis solved with printing creates the next crisis. China discovered this 1,000 years ago. They went through the cycle multiple times. Print, prosper, inflate, collapse. Print, prosper, inflate, collapse. They eventually gave up paper money entirely, returned to silver, achieved stability. But we can't go back. The global economy is too big, too complex. We need paper money. Or more accurately, we need digital money, which is even more abstract. So we're committed to this path. The question is, can we manage it better than China did? The evidence suggests no. We're showing the same patterns, same excuses, same psychological traps, same death spiral. The Chinese left us 1,000 years of warnings. They documented every mistake, every failure, every collapse. And we're ignoring all of it. Because in the moment, printing money always seems necessary. The crisis is always now. The long-term consequences are always someone else's problem, until they're not. The Song dynasty thought they could manage it. They couldn't. The Yuan dynasty thought they were smarter. They weren't. The Ming dynasty learned their lesson and stopped using paper money entirely. We think we're different. We think technology and economics have changed the fundamentals. But money is still trust. Trust is still psychological. Psychology hasn't changed in 1,000 years. When people lose faith in currency, no amount of economic theory can save it. No amount of force can compel acceptance. The system simply dies. China proved this multiple times. Every fiat currency in history has proved it. The only question is, when will we prove it? What do you think? Are we different from ancient China, or are we repeating their mistakes? Drop your thoughts in comments. Because 1,000 years ago, China invented paper money. They discovered its power and its danger. They left us detailed warnings about what not to do, and we're doing all of it. The Chinese invented paper money. Then paper money destroyed them. Multiple times. We adopted their invention. We're heading toward their fate. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And right now, it's rhyming pretty damn closely. The question isn't whether fiat currency will collapse. History says it will. The question is, will we figure out an alternative before it does? China never did. They just kept repeating the cycle until they abandoned the system entirely. We don't have that option. We're too committed, too dependent, too deep. So we'll keep printing, keep inflating, keep hoping this time is different. Until we learn what China learned 1,000 years ago. Paper money is magic until it's not. And when the magic ends, the collapse is brutal.